I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to share my work. It's an amazing opportunity. And my project was called Youth Intertwined. So I went back into my childhood and I started off with books. I picked out a few books that I really remember quite well, like The Faraway Tree, such a special, fun little book. Um, and I started to realize like a lot of them is to do with nature. And I remember going into the forest with my brother and my family, and also on our wee pony, Sally. She passed away. But I began to look back into nature and I took a walk with the camera and started taking photos of different things I noticed, like twisting and folding, layers, the reflection, the lights, just to start picking up key things that I wanted to incorporate in my work and different, like the Fibonacci sequence, how things grow, the dimensions, layers, the path, and different folds. And I then led on to thinking, what's my materials that I wanted to use? And I was thinking of the books, and I thought the paper yarn as well as the wood from the trees. So I sourced out paper yarn, and then I hand collected horsehair, over 40 different horses. Just if they were retired, I'd take from the back of their tails just so they can still swat away flies in the summer. I didn't want to take too much off them because often when you collect horsehair, it's off dead horses that have been put down. So I didn't want to take from an animal that's been put down. So I hand collected it all off friends and mutual friends. And yes, I then went back to my photos and I was start picking up my different elements that I pointed out in my photos. So I was just using a bit of origami and playing around with folds and twisting and layers, as well as I did a wee bit of laser cutting and just figuring out, I don't know if you can see that, playing around with layers, twisting, seeing what way I could use this and trying to translate it then into weaves, different bumps, the waffle weave. I was thinking of how I was going to lay out my final designs, and I wanted it to look like tree trunks, and looking through a forest as my own mini forest I created. Um, and that was the outcome. That was my first weave. It was a triple layer cloth that I wove on the loom, and I just intertwined each layer together to create that 3D effect. And then I had, this one was paper yarn and horsehair. This is from the mane of the horse, which is just along its neck. Um, so what I did was I put my layer, I threaded up my loom and I put it on two different blocks. So I wove up each side, gradually adding in the horsehair, and then I pulled it back out, twisted it, and thread it back through the loom to get that effect of the twist. And then I did a waffle weave of the texture and just letting it drape. And that is my final collection. And I just want to say thank you very much.